Yes, friends, in this zone refining process, actually it is over. So in this process, we have to prepare or we have to refining for that high purity of semiconductors. Okay, students, high purity of semiconductors. First of all, we should take a impure metal. So this one is the impure rod or impure metal rod. Okay, students. So this one is the impure metal rod. It should be kept in that in a closed vessel. So this one is the vessel. Okay, it should be base and with the help of another thing. Now here the process is carried out. The process is conducting in this one the circular closed wheel or the circular closed thing. Now here the circular closed thing is complete in closed this one. Okay, so this one is the closed here. So the circular wheel is rotating around this metal rod. Okay. Now the metal is the impure. Okay, students. Impure metal rod. Not visible na. Not visible na. Impure metal rod. So when the circular heater is moving in this one, okay, in this one, the impurities, okay, are in the impure metal, the impurities are soluble in that in the impurities are soluble completely. The remaining part should not be soluble. So here now the impure particles which are soluble when we are supplying that heat. So we have to supply the heat. Now the circular heater should be converted into the top of red hot nature or red hot. Okay. When it is converted to the red hot, the impure this metal consisting of the impurities. So the impurities are easily soluble than the top of pure metal. So when this instrument, the circular heater moves from top to bottom, then the time now it should be moving like this one. So it is moving and comes down here. Okay, now. So that means during this process, the impurities are also simultaneously soluble, and those impurities are also okay now comes along with that circular heater. So this process should be conducting number of times. Then the time the impurities are finally collected at that particular zone. Okay, students. Now, now here in this process, the process should be conducting number of times. That is, now it should be comes from top to bottom. Okay, the red hot wheel is rotating around that metals. So then the time the impurities are easily soluble. Those impurities are comes down along with red hot circular heat. Finally, those impurities are clotted or deposited at that particular zone. So you have to separate the impurity part or impurities from that pure metal. So once again, now this is the chamber, but I will explain that in another manner. So this is the metal. Now the metal is the impure metal. Okay, this metal is the impure metal. Now here what we are doing here, now we are heating this metal at particular place. Okay, students. Now here we are heating this metal. Then what happens here when we have to heat that metal? Okay, now this is the impure metal. Now the metal is the impure metal. In this impure metal, now that means impure metal means the metal consisting of the impurities. So when we are heating this, when we are heating impure metal, now the all impurities are comes to here. That means those are get heated, and next one those are flow from the pure state to okay impure place. So finally these all impurities are collected at this place. Simple thing, by completion of that collecting the total impurities from that metal, impure metal. So it will be separated after completion of that metal. Okay, now students. Now this process is called as zone refining process. In this zone refining process, now which is used for that. Now that is the you should get that high purity of impurities. Okay, high purities of it is used for that. You should get the high purity of semiconductors. Okay, students. Now that is the silicon. Okay, and the next one is the tellurium, and next one boron, and germanium, and next one the gallium. Okay, students. Now these elements are these semiconductors. Okay, now this method is used to get the high purity of semiconductors. Okay, high purity of semiconductors by using circular heater method. Okay, circular heater method. Okay. Now here this is the very important method to get high purity of semiconductors. Okay, students. So this is the one type of process. And next one is the next I have to cover that next process. That process is the what about this one here, students? Vapor phase refining process. Okay, now vapor phase refining processing. So in that vapor phase refining process, the conditions of the vapor phase refining process, the impure metal should be converted into that volatile compound. It is a very important condition. If the metal is not ready to convert into the volatile, so that means this process is not used to purify that the type of compound. So first conditions are, now the first condition is done, the impure metal should be converted into the volatile metal, and next condition is the volatile metal is decomposed into the pure metal. Which metals follow these two principles? Okay, this principle is applied for that such type of elements. Now here there is another vapor phase refining process. Okay, friends. So vapor phase. Now that one is the vapor phase. Okay, refining process. Okay, friends. Now that is the vapor phase refining process. Okay. Now here first you have to take that. Now that one is the impure metal. Okay, now impure metal. The impure metal is heated. Okay, students. The impure metal is heated with specific. Okay, now here that one is specific reagent. Okay, students. Specific reagent. Now here we are getting that volatile metal. Okay, now that one is the volatile metal. Okay, students. Now this is the volatile metal. And now in the continuous heating process, it should be converted, that means decomposed into, okay, the volatile metal is decomposed into, how it can convert it here, decompose into pure metals. Okay, so this is the process in that vapor phase refining process. First of all, you have to take an impure metal which is heated with specific reagent. Okay, students. And under certain temperature conditions, it should be converted into the top of volatile metal. Okay, now that volatile metal also decomposed at a higher temperature, at a higher temperature, that should be decomposed into that pure metal. Okay, so this is the vapor phase refining process. In this process, we have to prepare, we have to purify two elements. First one is the Mons process, and the second one is the Van Arkel method process. Okay, students. First one is the Mons process, and the second one is the Van Arkel method process. So in that first method is Mons process. Okay, students. First method is the Mons process. So here that one is Mons process. Okay, in this process you have to take impure nickel element. Okay, students. So this one is the impure nickel element which is heated with a stream of carbon monoxide gas. Okay, students. Now this one is a stream of okay, students, carbon monoxide gas. So this is the suitable reagent. Okay, students. The impure metal which is heated with suitable reagent, that is the stream of carbon monoxide gas. Okay, now here at 82 100 degrees centigrade. So when you have to heat the nickel metal or impure nickel metal with this one, it should convert into the top nickel tetracarbonyl group. Okay, friends. Now it is converted to the top. The compound name is the nickel. Okay, tetracarbonyl group compound. Nickel tetracarbonyl compound. Now it is in that volatile nature. Okay, friends, volatile in nature. Now from this one we have to heat 180 degrees to 200 degrees temperature. Now this is the high temperature. So at high temperature, the nickel tetracarbonyl compound is decomposed into that pure metal. So this one is the nickel obtained in a pure form, and next one it releases the 4 moles of carbon monoxide gas. Okay, so now this process is known as Mond's process. First of all, you have to take that impure metal which is heated with a stream of carbon monoxide gas in carbon monoxide gas at 100 to 80 to 90 100 degrees centigrade, at 100 to 80 to 100 degrees centigrade temperature. Now which can form that volatile compound. The compound name is the nickel tetracarbonyl compound. Okay, it is the volatile compound, and it is ready to dissociate or decompose into that pure metal. So from the volatile compound, now we are heating this one at 180 to 200 degrees centigrade. The volatile compound, nickel tetracarbonyl compound, is decomposed into pure metal and next to the carbon monoxide gas. Okay, now this is the Mond's process. And next process is the, what about the next process here, students? Next process is the Van Arkel method. Okay, now the next method is the Van Arkel method process. Okay, students, Van Arkel method process. Now here next method is Van Arkel. Okay, Van Arkel method. Okay, students, now this one is the Van Arkel method. Okay, students, next this one is the tungsten Van Arkel method. So here you have to take that zirconium element, and next one the hafnium element, and next one the vanadium element. Okay, students, zirconium, hafnium, titanium, vanadium, and beryllium, such type of elements. So first of all, you have to take that zirconium element. Okay, students, now the one is the zirconium, Zr element. Okay, which is present in that impure form, that is impure form. So which is react with 2 moles of I2. Okay, students, 2 moles of I2. Now actually at 1800 degrees centigrade. Okay, students, now it should convert into the top ZrI4 compound. Now the ZrI4 compound is the highly unstable. Okay, now ZrI4 compound. Now here, so this one is the impure compound and react with this one at 89 degrees centigrade. You are getting this one. Okay, and again which is dissociated into the top Zr in pure form, and next one is the 2 moles of I2. Okay, so now this one is the pure form. So that means this is the refining process. This method is used for the refining of the zirconium element, and next to the hafnium element and vanadium element. Okay, students, zirconium, hafnium, vanadium, and next to the titanium element, and next for that beryllium. Okay, students. So these elements are okay. Now at the same time, now this is the tungsten filament. Okay, students, tungsten filament. Now the pure zirconium element is obtained from the tungsten filament. Actually, if you take that bulb, okay, now, so this one is the bulb, students. So in this bulb, now the filament is made by that tungsten. Okay, so this one is the ZrI4. So actually, after completion of reaction, so it should get that that is the decomposition. Now that is Zr plus next to the I2. Okay, so it's 2 moles of I2. So this is the process about that Van Arkel method process. Okay, so these are the different type of purification methods. You know, up to here we have covered that so all purification process except 2 to 3 process, so those are not in our syllabus. Okay, students, but here I have covered the maximum of the syllabus purification methods and dressing methods, including that maximum of the syllabus from that intermediate second year. Now there is the metallurgy chapter, but I leave only 2 to 3 concepts in that intermediate syllabus, that is the Ellingham diagram, and next is the reactivity of oxides and reducing agent, carbon monoxide, aluminium, magnesium. So these are present in that secondary syllabus, but I have covered maximum of the syllabus covered from that intermediate second year. Okay, metallurgy chapter. Okay, students. So these are the purification methods. And one more thing, in this process we have 2 to 3 other concepts are involved. Those concepts are that so one is the roasting process and the second one is the calcination process. Okay, students. Roasting process and next one the calcination process. Now first of all, first one is the roasting. Okay, students. Now what is meant by roasting process? Actually in impure metal, that means concentrated ore. Okay, concentrated ore is converted into the top metal oxide. Okay, students, converted to the top metal oxides. Now the maximum, that means the principle, the roasting principle is used for that sulfur containing elements, or especially now it is used for that sulfides only. And now that means you have to take that zinc sulfide. Okay, students, react with oxygen now at in the blast furnace, or it may be you have to use in that reverberatory furnace. Okay, this process is carried out blast furnace, or it may be reverberatory furnace. Now this process is carried out in presence of, okay students, now that means in presence of air or supplying of oxygen. Okay, supplying of oxygen and in open vessel. Then what happens here, students? Now which is converted to the top zinc oxide and it's the sulfur dioxide. Okay, sulfur dioxide. Now here I am not talking about the balances. For example, if you take like this one, now this one 3O2 and here also 2O and it's the 2 moles of like this. Okay, students. Now this is known as the sulfatization process. Sulfatization process. Now that means sulfur is converted into the top sulfur dioxide. But actually the roasting process is it is a one type of oxidation process, reaction with oxygen with zinc sulfate. Now in presence of air or you have to supply the air or oxygen in that reverberatory furnace. Now that sulfides are converted to the top of metal oxides or corresponding metal oxides. Now this process is called as the roasting process. Now we have 2 to 3 reactions for this one. Now we should take it to next one is the whatever this one. Now this is the ZNS react with 3 moles of oxygen used to that same process 2 moles of mercury oxide and next one the SO2 gas. Okay, students. And the next one is the next process Cu2S and next one the 3 moles of O2 used to 2 moles of CuO and next one is the SO2 compound. Okay, students. And here zinc sulfide. Okay, okay. Now this one is the cinnabar and next one the copper sulfide. And next one is the PBS. You have to take that PBS, react with this one and use it to PBO and next one the SO2. Okay, students. Now these all processes are conducting in that okay reverberatory furnace or it may be what about blast furnace. Okay, students. Now the furnace means there is a device in which it has 3 important parts. One is the chimney part and next one is the hearth part and next one the firebox. Okay, students. Chimney part, firebox and next one the hearth. Hearth is used. Okay, hearth is used in that furnace. Now the ore is taken into that hearth. And chimney is used for that. Now the chimney is used to it releases the waste gases from that furnace. And last one is the firebox. Firebox is used. Okay, the fuels are taken into the top firebox. Okay, so in different type of process, that means in the different type of furnaces. Okay, now the sometimes firebox is connected with the chimney and sometimes okay, but here in some furnaces firebox and in between that in between that hearth